up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. I'm gonna say this off rip. This situation right here is personal, and it's gonna hit a lot of people a different way. When you hear what happened between Kenyon Martin and his own employee, it stops being about business and starts becoming about betrayal. Now, before we even get into what was said, we gotta talk about why this cut so deep. Kenyon Martin has been open about his stuttering problem for years, and that's not something a man talks about lightly.
Shy kid, I transitioned my shyness and it became aggression. Like I said, had a lot of fights as from fourth, fifth, sixth, those years. I had a lot of fights. Being teased from stuttering. I drew a line in the sand around that age. And if you teased me about it, I punched you in your face. If you did anything, a fight came with it.
Hey, that's how it was back then.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it was. Like, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, man. Yep. So as a kid, it was ruthless. And so you had to develop either thick skin or you had to become really tough and you had to do things about it. So they didn't take it easy on you. And then, so a lot of that was my childhood. That was why I became the person I am. And when people see this right now, 47-year-old man, and they don't understand the trauma and the things that you had to deal with as a child that still manifest at times. So when things are being presented, it's sometimes get bottled up in that fashion.
When you come back from that, you can clearly see this is something that has been a part of his life and not just something people can laugh off. So when he shares that with people around him, he ain't just talking. He trusting them with something personal. And that's what makes this next part so out of line. Because this wasn't some stranger or random person online. This was somebody who was in his face every day. This was somebody he brought in his home, allowed around his family. This was somebody who benefited from being close to him. And in return, that same person decides to go on another platform and join in on a conversation disrespecting Kenyon. When the moment came to stand on something, he didn't defend him and he didn't stay quiet. He joined in. And when that comment was made about him being able to run a show, the response turned into a shot at his stuttering problem. Calling him the stutter man and saying he can't get a sentence out is not a joke. That's personal. And that right there is where everything changes. Because now it's not about content or conversation. It's about you using something personal against somebody who showed you respect. And most people who move like that don't think they ever gonna have to answer for it. They think it's just jokes. But this time, it came back. And when it did, it landed right in front of the person he was talking about.
This video to me.
Yeah, that's the video we talked about.
No, we didn't talk about shit.
Yeah, we did speak about it.
No, you tried to apologize. So
he can't even get a sitting down with us. That's the stutter man. So the stutter man can run the show.
So there's it in here. Let me replay it for her.
Just explain there. Kenyon Martin is the only bright spot on the show. Kenyon Martin can't talk straight. All that stuff. That's just all we need. He can't even get a sitting down with us. That's the stutter man. So the stutter man can run the show.
So when I brought you into my home, this how you felt?
No, I apologize.
Huh? No, but so this how you felt when I brought you into my home and I had you around my wife and kids?
No, that's not how I felt.
So what did you go out your way when someone is showing me love in the moment? You go out your way to disrespect me.
I don't think I was being disrespectful. I was.
Disrespectful? When that's something that I've stated time and time again on this couch. Sensitive subject, huh? Sensitive subject for me, right? I drew a line in the sand a long time ago with this. There's no apology ever that, as an adult, that I will accept for this. I came in here one day over at Gil's house and you walked up to me and tried to apologize out the blue. I blew you off because I didn't know what you were talking about. That's the situation. Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Why would
therefore,
you talk about this when I apologize?
because I didn't know what you was talking about, it didn't matter.
I sent you the video.
No, you did not. I didn't see the video. Someone else sent it to me. I didn't see the video until 2 weeks ago. First time ever seeing that. Had I saw it back then, we would have been had this conversation.
Now look how different that energy looked when you got to stand in front of somebody and answer for what you said. Kenyon Martin didn't come in loud or emotional. He came in direct and to the point. When he asked him to explain the video, that wasn't a question for clarity. That was a moment of accountability. That was a man giving you the chance to stand on what you said or watch it fall apart in real time. And this is where people get exposed, because it's easy to talk when somebody not there, but it's different when you got to say it to their face. And you could see right away this was not something he was ready to stand on. You could see in how he moved and how he responded that this was already going left. And once it got to that point, it's hard to fix, because this wasn't a misunderstanding. This was a decision. You made a decision to speak on something you knew was personal. You made a decision to publicly disrespect this man. And now you standing in front of the same man who put you in position, and you got nothing to stand on. And that's why when he said, ain't no apology for this, you knew he meant that. That wasn't said out of emotion. That was said out of finality. Some things you can talk through, but some things you can't fix. Because when you cross a line like that, it changes how the person sees you for good. And once that happens, it ain't no going back. Now here's where it goes from disrespect to final. Because once that line got crossed, it was never about fixing it. It was about how it was gonna end. When you watch that moment, you can tell this ain't something that just happened on the spot. This was a man processing what he saw and deciding exactly how he wanted to handle it. And the way he spoke on it, it was not confusion, it was clarity. He made it clear that this was deeper than a comment. This is about how you really see him when he's not around. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. When you speak on somebody like that, you're not just talking, you giving your real opinion. Because if you respect somebody, certain things don't even come out your mouth. You don't play with certain topics, and you don't join in on certain jokes. And that's why this hit so hard, because it wasn't accidental, it was comfortable. He was comfortable saying that. He was comfortable laughing at it. And that tells you everything you need to know. Now when you come back in the room and you gotta face that man, all that comfort disappears. Because now it's real. Now it's not content. Now it's consequences. And you can see it on both sides. You can see one man standing on principle and another man realizing he fucked up. But the problem is, some mistakes don't come with a reset button. Some mistakes come with an ending. And that's exactly what this turned into.
Do you think not?
That's why I apologize.
But so you apologize because you realize it was some BS. Because you've been in my home around my wife and kids. I fed you. Put money in your pocket. Did I not? Did I or did I not, dog?
I work for you.
No, you did, but did I put money in your pocket? You didn't do for pay, right?
Yes.
Right? Did you not come into my home? No, did you not come into my home multiple times when you didn't know no one was out here, right? You didn't have no one to go for Thanksgiving. Did I not invite you to my home?
Yes.
2 years in a row.
Yes.
And this is thanks that you get.
After the apology too, right?
But that apology is null and void is what you don't understand, dog. If I knew about it then, I wouldn't accept your apology like I didn't then.
You did.
I didn't. I blew you off. I said, yes, whatever, dog, whatever. I don't know what you're talking about. That's the situation. So this is what disloyalty and people who don't respect you look like, y'all. People like him. Be careful who you invite into your home, who you have around your loved ones and your friends and family. This is what you get. People like this that talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. I have a speech impediment that everybody knows how I feel about this. Right? People that don't have a voice, they're able to speak up for themselves. This is what this is about. You don't tease something of someone I have no control over and think it's okay. I don't want, no. Yes, this is, yeah, you did it in front of, did you not do it in front of people? Did you not do it in front of people?
I apologize.
Did you not do it in front of people is my question, George.
Yes.
So therefore you want me to do it in public? I mean, private? No, I said I was the same energy, brother. Same energy. So, same energy.
That's gentlemen?
Oh, I'm absolutely. You did it in front of people, I'm gonna do it in front of people. Point blank, period.
I apologize.
I don't want your apology once again, brother. Once again, I don't want your apology.
So what you want from?
Nothing. Don't ever be in my presence ever again.
Get your ass out of here right now, please.
Right?
Thank you.
Not ever be in my presence ever again is what I want.
When he told him not to ever be in his presence again, that was not for the camera. That wasn't for show. That was final. That was a man drawing a line and not leaving any room for negotiation. A lot of people gonna look at that and say it was too harsh. But if you really understand what happened, you know exactly why he moved like that. This wasn't about no comment. This was about trust being broken. This was about somebody you let in your space, showing you they didn't value that position. This was about somebody you looked out for, turning around and disrespecting you on something they knew was personal. And when you get to that level, you can't treat it like it's small. Because if you let that slide, you basically letting people know it's okay to play with you. And y'all know Kenyon ain't built like that. And honestly, most people ain't built like that. They don't just always handle it directly. But what this is really showing is even something bigger. You can't always measure loyalty by how somebody act when you in the room. You got to pay attention to how they move when you're not there, because that's where the real truth is. And situations like this happen every day. People smile in your face, benefit from your position. People sit in your space, and the whole time, they don't see you the way you think they do. Until one day, it shows up. And when it shows up, you got to make a decision. You either ignore it and pretend like it didn't happen, or you address it and stand on whatever come with that. And he chose to stand on it. And whether people agree with how he did it or not, one thing is clear. He didn't compromise speaking on how he felt. And he didn't lower his standards just to keep somebody around. And that's a lesson that a lot of us need to hear. Everybody around you ain't with you. Everybody who's smiling with you ain't for you. And sometimes you don't find that out until it's too late. But when you do find out, you got to move accordingly. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe. Establish Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.